Before we go any further with Google Classroom, we should take a quick peek into Google Drive and see what Classroom has done when we created that class called 7-1. So I'm going to go into my Google Drive and we're going to see that Google Classroom has created in my drive a folder called Classroom. I do not want to delete this folder. And inside that folder, there is a subfolder called ComTech 7-1. Every assignment that a student hands in to me is going to be placed in this folder. Every assignment that I give, it's going to create a subfolder for that assignment. And every time a student hands work into me, it's going to automatically put it into my Google Drive. It's really a pretty sweet deal. And we'll take a look at what this looks like shortly. Taking a look back into my Google Apps for Education console where I added the users, this would typically be done at your school district's technology office or by the technician in your school. You could certainly do it for your own classroom if you chose to. It's not difficult. I've taken these names and I've logged in as each student, and using the class code, I've added them in. So now in my ComTech 7-2 course, I have 4 students showing. I will add in the rest of the students and then we will start to take a look at how to add in assignments. But for right now, I am providing the class code to my students. They are going to classroom.google.com. They're logging on with their school provided email. It has to be provided through their Google Apps for Education. So they are logging on with their school provided account. They're entering this code and my class list is populating based on that. We're going to step away from the teacher view for a moment and take a look at this through the lens of a student. I've just been told by my teacher that I need to sign in to Google Classroom and I need to use my school issued Gmail account. I can't use my personal Gmail account. Even if I have 3 or 4 or 5 personal Gmail accounts and a YouTube channel that I run, I have to use my school issued account in order to access Google Classroom. So I'm going to come and I'm going to go to classroom.google.com and it's going to ask me to enter my email. So I'm going to enter my email as my teacher has provided it to me. And I'm going to enter the password that has been provided to me by my teacher. I'm going to accept Google's terms. And now I need to create a better password. I have to change my password. So hopefully you've had a conversation with your students about what constitutes a good password. Perhaps I should do a video about that another time, but we need to have a good password for the account. So students are going to change the password. From this point forward, you are no longer the password parent. If they have changed their account password, you don't know what the password is. They are now responsible for knowing what the password is to their account because we have asked them to change it. I would recommend, if they're using a school-issued computer, that they not have their password be saved. If they're using their own device, that's their choice. Their device, their choice. So I'm going to use a school computer. I'm going to say, don't remember my password. Recovery phone, it is their choice to enter that or not. It does not need to be done, so I'm going to skip it. And that is going to bring me to the Google Classroom page. I need to identify myself as either a student or teacher. So of course I'm going to identify as student. And that's going to bring me to the very familiar screen. We've seen this one before. And I'm going to click on Join Your First Class. So it takes a little second to activate here. Got to get it just right. Enter class code to join. This is where we need that random access code that we saw on the teacher screen. So the teacher has written on the board or has on the smart board at the front of the room the random access code. NDHU65. As soon as I enter that, I can click join, give it a second, and it is going to show me that I am in ComTech 7-2, and it's even going to give me a little tour. Welcome to Classroom. And we'll take a look at this in another video. But that's how it looks from a student point of view. So you've created your class, you've gotten your random access code, You've provided it to your students along with their school issued Google account, and they are now signing into Google Classroom. We will finish up today's video by looking back in our Google Classroom. So we have 2 classes in here now. We've got Comtech 7.1. No students registered yet. I haven't taught that class yet. But my Comtech 7-2 class, I have 6 students enrolled in it. And if I click on Comtech 7-2, welcome to your class. And if I go into students, we will see that those students whose names are randomly generated, including Colleen Pope, the one I just walked you through from the student perspective of adding, she's been added now to my class list. So I have 6 students enrolled on my class list. I'll take the time to add in the rest, and tomorrow we'll take a look at some further depths of Google Classroom. But you see now how easy it is to have the students enroll themselves into your class if you're not able to just add them via your student information system or your school's database, be it Powerschool or other choices.